Nigeria and Poland have signed a memorandum of cooperation in the area of agriculture to strengthen bilateral relations between both countries. It's the first official visit of a Polish president to Nigeria in 60 years since establishing diplomatic relations. The Polish leader stated that 10 pivotal areas were raised in his conversations with President Buhari, but most important were the issues of food and energy security. President Duda of Poland described the agreement on agriculture as necessary in light of the global food security crisis.
And actually, a very good part of the strategic dialogue is the memorandum of cooperation in the area of agriculture that we have just signed a couple of minutes ago. It is an immensely important piece of document, especially in the light of the food security crisis that is faced right now, and not only by Nigeria, but also by the entire African continent.
And
the two most pivotal aspects that we raised in our conversation today, both in our private tete-a-tete meeting with Mr. President, as well as during the plenary session, was how to provide food security and energy.
All right, joining me to discuss further is the host of the Arise Exchange. You can catch that 7 p.m. West African time, Monday through Friday. Arise is also a business analyst. Boason Omofaye is back in Nigeria.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, sir. Welcome.
Great.
Welcome.
And thanks for holding forth.
Oh, of course. That's what we
all
do.
Day.
Yeah, yes,
we hold a pressure cooker.
Indeed, Boason.
I know.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I know.
Hey, look, you just came back from where trade was the talk of the town. What do you make? It seems to be like, bilateral agreements, trade is what it is on the African continent. What do you make of this agreement between Nigeria and Poland?
Everybody's shopping for a very good partner, and that is that if you position yourself, this is the time to cut deals.
Yeah.
Eastern Europe is under pressure. Western Europe is under pressure. The US is under pressure. We're under pressure in Africa from the backload of the COVID-19 pandemic. We need a whole lot of infrastructure in agriculture, in trade. A whole lot of things are happening. President Ramaphosa from South Africa is in meeting with President Biden.
Indeed. Yeah.
If not yesterday, then it's going to be today. They're meeting at the White House. Vice President just came back from the US and met with Vice President Kamala Harris. So everybody's looking to cut deals somewhere because everybody's under pressure. You've seen the PMI numbers. Yes. You report that every minute, every second. The PMIs are not looking good from Casablanca to Morocco to Georgia. So the numbers are not really looking good. I think Egypt has a bit of an exception, by the way. So the currencies are under pressure. Interest rates are high. Inflation is up. Recession, the R word is on the street. So if Poland could say, look, we can do some deals. You guys got LNG. And we need that. In terms of agriculture, we are very good in what you call animal husbandry.
Yep.
And a lot of that is there a way in which we can cooperate. But the key question is, does Nigeria have what it takes to deliver? How quickly can we deliver? Train 7 is on course to deliver, but we need by now, according to the NLNG itself, we should be building Train 12, not even Train 7. So we're seriously behind what our guys are doing in North Africa, for example, Morocco. A report just came out 2 days ago, today is Wednesday, 2 days ago, that Morocco is the best and #1 gas supplier in the entire north of the continent. And they're doing a whole lot more. There's a whole lot of more investments coming into Egypt and Libya around their oil and gas hydrocarbon industry. So everybody's looking to cut deals and look at your location to where your clients will need it. So how quickly can we deliver on these agreements? One thing is good with Nigeria, we love signing agreements, we love pen on paper. Nobody signed as much agreement in the world like Nigeria. But when it comes to us delivering on those promises and those MOU, look, the other smaller guys would have taken the whole lunch away from us. So this is another cutting razor. Let's see how it goes. Let's see whether we can deliver. In terms of food, we need wheat. And because we're under pressure. Thank you. A few international organizations and locals are helping us get a bit of cheap wheat in from Eastern Europe. And I think Poland will be one of them also, including Ukraine. If that continues, that'll be good for Nigeria. But we need a whole more sustainable agricultural system in the country beyond this emergency crisis period. We haven't learned how to position during crisis for the next crisis. So the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The next time, best is today. So we don't need to wait until there's crisis like this before we begin to say, hey, so what do we do? So what's the next plan for our next agriculture season? Right now, do we know? I'm not sure we have anything concrete on ground. I haven't heard anything concrete so far from the Ministry of Agriculture since the Ukraine war and Russia started as to what is our replan out of this. This looks more like COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, this Russian war is beginning to hit on energy and food and fertilizer. So what is our key plan on that for food security moving forward? That grand plan, I haven't seen it from the Agriculture Ministry. They need to come very openly with it. Who invests in it? Who are our partners moving forward? Within Africa, beyond the continent, that would have to happen. So between Poland and Nigeria, we're looking at gas, we're looking at agriculture. This is food in your tank and food in your stomach. Gas in your tank and food in your stomach. So either ways, you need to fix both. If not, you're looking for serious trouble.
Thank you for the breakdown, Boason. Appreciate that. In fact, speaking of energy, what do you make of the 33% jump in energy costs for the companies on the exchange, which you cover every day? You cover all of them.
The first half of this year was nail-biting for everyone. News are coming through that electricity is a little bit stable in some parts of the country. Some folks are reporting, the households are reporting a bit of stable electricity in some areas. Albeit, the first part was very crunching in terms of whether it's jet fuel, whether it's diesel. A number of companies were replacing their diesel generators with the one for petrol, where that conversion will cost a bit of an issue. So you need to deal with the diesel generators that are going to be pushed aside, or they'll have to come back on stream. It's easy to capture the numbers for the company listed on the exchange because that's where transparency and accountability comes. And I think I would want to see more companies on the exchange so that we can really capture the right data for the country we live in, and then we can actually determine how much volume of petrol we're importing and how much we're not importing, which is a whole different conversation between the NNPC, the Navy, and other advocacy groups. So it's going to put pressure on the companies in the second half. Let's hope how much of that cost will be able to pass on to consumers in terms of higher prices, and how much resistance will come from the consumer side, and how interest rates hike over the last two meetings, and the next meeting is just about 2 weeks from now for the MPC, how that inflation will all pale into the end of year. Remember, we're entering into September, in which consumer spending ought to go up. So if the companies on the exchange and others not listed go through this cost pressure from energy towards to the end of the year, when they will need to produce more to prepare for that festive season, folks binging on and kids going back out of school and all of everybody going on holiday, then it's going to be a bit of a pressure. Would that come to impact on their dividend for the full year 2022?
Good question.
You're thinking of your portfolio? Well, a lot of folks are thinking about how will that impact on earnings, and by the end of the book, the bottom line, which is dividend. So you'll be attending, we'll be covering shareholders' annual general meetings next year. And look at South Africa. Look at the GDP numbers. Look at what flooding and power outages is messing up the whole GDP. Agriculture was down 7.7%. Industrial manufacturing was down roughly 6% in the second quarter. So energy is at the heart of it all. And that's what we're learning right now, energy and food. Both are energy in the first place, because without food, you can't even hold this show. So you need the energy, you need the mental energy, you need the glucose in your brain to be able to do this job, and everyone else. So without it, and the one in your vehicle and the one you use to cook or do laundry, whatever at home, you can function. And if you look at the companies doing laundry business now in Lagos and cities, they've raised prices because they've got to put more diesel in the generators to be able to do what you call laundry and business like that. So it's very, very tough. We need to fix it, and fix it very quickly.
Real quick, do you think renewable energy, I mean, I know that's capital intensive, it's expensive. Is there, I mean, it's, I don't know, short term, long term, is there an outlet there down the road? What do you think?
We can do renewable energy, but you see, energy bill takes a whole lot of time, and it takes money. Our buildings, both residential and offices, are not really, we're not constructed
for that purpose.
But I was happy there's one big bank down Marina that the whole building is now being wrapped with solar panels. I won't name names, but each time I passed through it in the last few weeks, I said, "Oh, this looks really good." But how many buildings like that can we turn around to become solar power enabled? And then we need to start building houses. So, in terms of our national housing plan, are we building new residential houses, housing estates, whatever, that will be solar panel enabled? Do we have that plan on ground? I heard that in previous interviews I had a couple of years ago from Raji Fashola when he was still in charge of both ministries, Power Works and Housing. I don't know, since now that it's been separated, if that is still on the card, that we need to start remodeling our houses to make it renewable energy compatible. That climate change thing, that whole adaptation thing, that debt for climate swap, we want whatever, they're going to come to the table asking us for real questions. What are we putting on the ground to enjoy that billions of dollars of debt that we think we're going to get? So we have a whole lot of work to do. Can we start with government offices? Maybe. Why? I'm sure you find generators when you go to NNPC offices. Why can't they use renewable energy?
Good question. Just about minutes ago, MTN tapping the capital markets, the money markets. This latest commercial paper.
Smart guys. Smart guys. You're paying dividend and you're doing commercial paper almost at the same time. Smart guys. Who are those going to buy the commercial papers? The guys who enjoy very big dividends from the company. So it's nice. So they pay very good dividend. Everybody's happy. You go to the market about the same time to do a short-term commercial paper. That's music to everybody's ear. Very smart folks at MTN, they know. But again, the cash they're making, they put it in the pocket. When you go to the market, look at a very nice time to borrow. And they borrow somewhat cheap. They can afford it. They don't need that. But it's good to, look, why spend all the money you have? So take a little bit on of debt. And it's only MTN. You saw Dangote Cement also do commercial paper. Nigerian breweries also do commercial paper. These guys have cash cow. They have cash making machines on a daily basis. So the guys who go more to the commercial papers are those who already have money. But the fact is that the money in your pocket is much better. So why not borrow short term from Boason or from Rotus to just do it while you can hold on to the cash you have? Oh, by the way, the big cash you make on a daily basis from MTN, you can put that in a bank and ask bank to give you 14 or 15% on that while you come to the market and borrow at 11% or thereabout.
Make a sweet spread.
Think about it.
That's why we have him on. You can catch him 7 p.m.
If I make 7 billion naira a day,
exactly.
maybe MTN, I just go deposit and say, give me 30 days, I'm going to you demand 14, 15%.
Exactly.
And you go to the market and do a 30-day
and then
I say, take 11, I'm going to pay investors 11% while I'm collecting 14 here.
Clean that right off.
Oh, come on.
Investment advice right there. Professional
no.
strategy. Strategy, not advice, sorry.
It's a strategy.
Talk to your financial advisors before you take any advice. So you're Boason Omofaye, host of the Arise Exchange. Boason, it was good to have you. Welcome back.
Great.
Thank you so much.